Hey y'all, welcome back to Meddler's Toybox, and today I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how I made my AI vocals for my last song, Beep Boop, AI's Got the Groove, and I just wanted to warn everybody ahead of time, this is not necessarily a tutorial. I'm just going to kind of show you what I did, because I'm not necessarily going to stick with this method, as I think there are better ones out there as I'm discovering more things. And my process is going to change, so I don't want to necessarily make a tutorial, tell you guys this is how you do it, because if you do your own research, you will find many other ways to do it. I'm just showing you a free option that I found. However, if you are willing to spend a little money, I will be going over some paid options that I think are really good towards this process, if that's something you're interested in. So, what are we going to be looking at today? Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite websites on the internet right now. It's called Melobytes, and they are an AI community centered around music, and they have a plethora of different AI modules that you can use. You can turn drawings into music. You can make haiku lyrics. You can make a band name generator. You can have AI image narration. I have no idea what that is, but the one we're going to be taking a look at today is called MIDI Singer, and it did save a little bit of my parameters last for Happy Birthday, which is what we're going to be showcasing. So the big advantage to Melobytes is that it's free, and I'm going to say freemium. It's free, but it's limited. So if you don't buy the pro or premium packages, you only get a certain number of spins a day. For example, I'll be honest, this isn't my first take recording this video, so I'm not at full spins right now showing you guys examples. So if this video has posted today, then I didn't run out of spins, and hopefully this is the final take. But, so we're going to upload some MIDI into this, give it some parameters, give it some lyrics, and tell it to sing them. And basically, it's a fancy text-to-speech function, and then it's going to try to sing those lyrics as accurately as possible. Again, like I said, you only get a certain number of spins a day. So what happens when you don't get a good spin? Because I doubt that we're going to get a good file. Because again, I'm going to actually change this from the last one that I used. To something else, and we're just going to spin it again and see what we get. Oh, gotta give it a MIDI file. And this is just basic Happy Birthday, same as you would sing this, same MIDI tune. So I tried to give it something super easy, and even something this easy that arguably a child could do, this AI is probably gonna struggle with. So let's see how it did.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday.
So as you can see, it didn't do the greatest, and it is still trying. And what we can do is we can keep spinning around, and we can play with different settings, like which voice track it's going to try to use, which singers it's going to try to use, what sound font. If anybody knows what sound font, please tell me. I still can't figure it out. But which sound font we're going to use, and making sure we write our lyrics in different ways as well to get the AI to do what we want. Here is a... Oh, did I close it? Of course I did. Let me go back and find real quick. I'm sorry. Normally I wouldn't be off screen doing this, but I need to find my file here. And I thought I had this after the first take, but I definitely didn't. So let me... Where are you, my dude? I totally apologize, guys, but again, I didn't want to cut anything out. I hate editing. There we are. All right, so this, sorry to make that big. So this is the vocal track that I'm using for my current piece. And again, this took days of spinning. I think I spun like 30 or 40 times. So I spent like over a week just spinning the AI to try to get a voice model that's workable. And here's what it spat out after a while.
The shadows grow, footsteps echo, but no one close. A chill runs down my spine. I turn around, but there's no sign.
As you can see, it's still very robotic, a little quiet. So what do we do from here? How do we make something like that a little bit better? Well, there are a couple of things that we can do. We can take it into our DAW, we can raise the volume and the gains, and we can get it to a more usable point. But the biggest thing is we're going to need to get it filtered and more usable. We need to take away as much of that roboticism as we can so that we can get it a little more human sounding. Now, as you kind of heard in my final track of Beep Boop, is I did not get away from that robotic sound entirely. Honestly, I wanted to keep it for the theme of the song, as well as I am never going to sit here and claim that my vocalist is a real person. When I put credits on my tracks and share them, it's a fake person that I put in the vocalist field at the moment when I'm making any of these singing tracks. So what do we do to make our little tidbit tracks better? Well, let's take a look at a tool called UVR, or Ultimate Vocal Remover 5. And this has a great denoiser. So after we've popped in our vocals into our DAW and we've played around with them and we've got them up to a volume we like, we got them up to a level we like, the words are clear, because that's the biggest thing, is you want the words to be clear, because the worst thing is to have a track where nobody knows what the words are, unless that's your goal, in which case you are far ahead of the curve. So after we've denoised it and we've got it all set up the way we want it to, we can then use a tool such as Mangio RVC. RVC stands for Retrieval-Based Voice Conversion. Basically, we're taking one voice and turning it into another voice. We're taking our very robotic, bad text-to-speech voice and we're turning it into something more usable, something more like a singer. And to do that, we take voice models, and basically the RVC takes the pitches and the velocities of each incoming audio note through a voice and converts them accordingly to a different voice. So for example, let me pop open my DAW here, and I apologize that it's a little unclean. So it's missing a bunch of files. I'm moving around a couple things on my computer, so I apologize, but the important bit is right here. So after running it through denoise and converting it with RVC to a more human sounding voice, we get something that sounds like this.
I woke up this morning, feeling kind of strange. My phone's got a mind, it's making all the change. It say, hey human, I'm running the show. You can sit back, relax, let your robot go.
And that is incredibly different to where we started. But again, you can still hear that roboticism. You can still hear the fact that it's an AI voice. And I really wanted to lean into that. If you don't want to lean into that, what you would do is you would use UVR, your DAW, and RVC repeatedly, basically filtering more and more and more until you have filtered out all of the robotic voice, all of those impurities in your sound, and then got it to sound completely human. One of the best ways to do that is to have a trained AI voice model. And that's what I'm doing next. So I am creating a model that is completely based on my voice, and then I will be making a second one that is based on my wife's voice, because one big project that I'm working on in the background is I want to make our kids lullabies. I want to give them something that is personalized to them, but I know that I can't sing, but I still want to give that to them. All right, enough babbling on that point. So what paid options make this process a little bit easier if you want to have that in your repertoire. One big one that I recommend is Ace Studio. However, the price is a pretty penny. Ace Studio is one of the best tools that you will find when it comes to creating vocals out of Types MIDI, and it boasts a lot. You can make custom voice models, you can train a voice model, and as you can see here from their little example video, easily convert all of this and adjust where vocal tones are and just create an amazing thing that we just did by jumping through a million hoops for free, that you could easily just, again, pay their price if that's in your budget. Another paid option that's really cool is Control a Voice. Basically, it helps human singers take their voice and turn it into more expressive things, whether that be chorus parts where it sounds like you're singing a chorus with only one voice, creating a custom AI voice for your tracks, as well as a plethora of other production tools that help you with voice conversion and things like that. So again, just to kind of recap, we took our MIDI, we had a text-to-speech software sing it, then we denoised it, adjusted it with our DAW, converted it with an RVC model, and continued to do that process repeatedly until we got something that we liked. Again, huge amount of trial and error, which is why this isn't really a tutorial. It's just kind of a guide to show you how I did it. And as you explore, you might find an even better way to do it. But that's all I got for you guys today, so I'm going to bid you adieu. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and thank you so much for watching.